Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll walk you through the concept of correlation, which basically comes under the paper 2, that is quants. Before I start with the actual topic, I would request you to subscribe to my channel, like to my channel, and comment if you have any feedback based on my video. So let's look at what correlation is. Basically, correlation is a statistical measure. I mean, it describes the degree to which two variables move in the same or opposite direction. So its application is basically to hedge the risk. Say, for example, you have got portfolio wherein you want to have some asset which can offset your losses when your existing stock is not giving good returns. So the idea behind that is include the stock in your portfolio which has got negative correlation with the stock that you already have in your portfolio. Say, for example, you have got X stock in your portfolio, and there exists some Y stock which has negative correlation with your X stock. Then you can keep both the stocks to have kind of hedge in your portfolio. Simple example would be if you have got some stocks, you can have some gold in your portfolio so that if stock market is not doing well, then you can improve your portfolio returns from the gold performance. So yeah, that's with reference to the application of correlation in the portfolio management. And if I had to give the layman example of the positive correlation, so you can have look at this example. So if if my income goes up, if I'm taking two variables, X variable is my income and Y variable is my spending. So if my income goes up, so it says if income goes up and if spending also goes up, and there is a linear increase and one-to-one correspondence, basically it means that sorry yeah it means that if your income goes up by 5,000 and if your spending also goes up by 5,000, then there is a one-to-one relation between your income and spending pattern. So the correlation is positive one. So we conclude it is a positive correlation between income and spending. So likewise, we can have another example of negative correlation wherein basically we would analyze two variables which are negatively correlated. That is inverse relation between them. If one goes up and another goes down, basically this is a which we need for our practical portfolio example that we talked about. So just a hypothetical example, if your income goes up and if your saving go down, like assuming our spending goes up, then my saving will, saving is not that much. So with the increase in the income, if I'm not able to save that much, so it is kind of example of negative correlation. And if there is a linear decrease, basically why I'm emphasizing on the linear, I'll come back to you on this later when we'll talk about zero correlation. Basically zero correlation means that there is a no linear relationship between the variable. Zero correlation doesn't mean that there is no relationship between two variables, but it says that there is no linear relationship between two variables. Very important point. Many of students get confused. So coming back to negative correlation, if my income goes by up by 5,000 and there is a decrease in the this should be saving by 5,000, then my correlation is -1. So this is about the theoretical background of the correlation. Let me take you through the live example to explain more on positive correlation. So this is the same Apple stock data that we had used in our earlier beta explanation. So this is like Apple stock data for last 1 year, and this is S&P 500 data. So basically stock versus index. I'm checking how my stock is moving. How my stock relation is with the index. So this is the stock prices. These are the index levels on the corresponding dates, and this is a return, basically my final value less initial value divided by initial value. So this these two columns are giving us the stock return. This is giving me the S&P return. So if I had to calculate correlation between these two, it is 0.68. That means my Apple stock returns are highly correlated with index data. So I have plotted this return in the graph. So if you see that there is a, if my index return goes down, then Apple's returns also go down. So there is a increase. I mean, there is a linear relationship between the stock return and the index return. And like if this would have been slightly higher, say for example, instead of 0.63, it would have been 0.99, then the inclination of line would have been little higher. So the, if you see, this angle is slightly lower, but if this would have been 1, then this angle would have been 45 degrees. Basically 45 degrees line indicates 1-1 relationship between the x and y variable. So this is about the positive correlation. So this is a demonstration of positive correlation. Let's look at a demonstration of negative correlation. So basically, I have collected the S&P data over here, and these are the gold prices. So accordingly, correspond, we have index returns and gold returns. So if you see, so just why I have highlighted this, I mean, with the actual level on the closing of 1st February 2021 was 38.1. But just to give you the more insight, I wanted this line to be slightly up. So if you compare, this is a line for negative correlation, which is basically in your second and fourth quadrant. And if you see, your positive correlation line is in first and third quadrant. So, and if you want, I mean, I can just show you that if with the actual level, what my correlation and this graph look like. So if you see this line, I mean, there is a negative correlation between index and the gold returns. But yeah, this during this period, negative correlation is very low. That's why you see very flat line parallel to x-axis. But just to give you more insight, I just punch in the number, which gives the line little bit more inclination in the second quadrant and fourth quadrant instead of being flat. So over here it is negative 0.25 correlation. So it is giving a good picture, or if you want to have the insight. So this was about the correlation high level picture. If you got any comments, please do share. I would be happy to respond to your comment, to your queries. Stay connected with channel. Once again, I would strongly recommend you to subscribe to my channel, like to my channel, and stay connected for more updates. Thank you very much.